So I wanted to share this quick one with you, and I've talked about it before, but it's one of those themes that I will constantly repeat because I'm reminded of it too in my own life, and that is the power of expectancy. And what I mean by that is we literally kind of put our thoughts before us, not to sound all woohoo, but it is a reality that whatever we expect to happen, we start to create. For example, if we go into a situation and we expect that it's not going to be good, we expect that we're not going to have fun, then we're going to, we'll find whatever it is we're looking for. Does that make sense? The same is true is that when we expect good things, when we expect to have fun, or we expect that we're going to enjoy, when we choose that attitude ahead of time, that's what we find. So a couple of examples. I hate running, right? But if I know, and I'm struggling through it, right, to get ready for this marathon, but I know that if I focus on what I don't like, how I feel, or if I just talk myself into, I'm gonna hate it, it's gonna be mind numbing, my body's gonna hurt. If I focus on those thoughts, if that's what I expect my experience is going to be for a run, I'm going to see that. I'm going to create it. I'm going to pick up on the aches and the pains, and they're going to be amplified because I'm looking for them. If I choose, which is always a choice, and I hear you, it's a battle, my friends, sometimes, but whatever the case may be. But if I, like with running, because it's not my favorite thing, if I choose to focus on the fact that I know, I do have the ability to know that once I get through the run, once I get going, once I build up momentum again, I actually enjoy it, enjoy the process. In fact, I've already started to kind of look forward to my next run, right? Only because I choose to focus on the outcome. I choose to focus the things that are positive about it, like the feeling of that accomplishment of, yeah, it's something I don't want to do. It's not my favorite thing, right? Well, obviously there's part of me that wants to do it, but that getting beyond that feeling of not wanting to and doing it anyway, using that muscle of discipline, I love that feeling, right? So that's the feeling I'm going to choose to focus on. Or maybe you have an event, right? And I totally relate to this too, because sometimes I have that social anxiety. It doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to, but if I were to focus, if I were to assume maybe the old me would be people aren't going to like me, or it's just going to be a grumpy crowd, or maybe, if it's a situation where same thing with a lot of times we bring energy into the room. So if we say sometimes maybe we go to that family event and you're just yeah, it was totally off, just a bad vibe, blah, blah, this, that, and the other. Maybe ask yourself, was there really a bad vibe, or was that me and my vibe and my perception that I have and my feelings, and am I projecting that onto the people in front of me, right? Expectancy makes a massive difference. Same thing, another example is when it comes to getting healthy and fit, right? When you believe that you can set a goal and hit the goal, when you work on that muscle and that discipline of positive expectation, and you set that positive expectation of, I am going to do what it takes to reach those goals. I am going to use the support around me. I am going to use the accountability. I'm going to use the nutrition. I'm going to do all of these things to make it possible, and I know I'm going to hit the goals. When you work on that muscle of positive expectancy and you cultivate that, and it gets so powerful that you have little to no doubt that you could possibly fail, then that literally affects the result. Because even if you have a little dip in the road, even if you have a little sidetracked, you're so convinced that that outcome is going to happen, it gives you that much more courage and strength to keep following the pattern, the process, to push through and make it happen, right? It's the same thing, what's that old saying, if you feel like you're going to, whether you feel like you think you're going to fail or you think that you're going to succeed, either way you're right? What belief you put into it is the belief that you create. And it's absolutely true about your own sense of being, your own sense of goals and accomplishments, but it's also true about the people and the environment around you. A lot of times what we expect we put a lot of assumptions, right, into, and maybe it's based on past experience. Maybe today's going to be different, right? If that's an event that you have coming up that you have to go to, maybe that event, maybe that day is going to be different. You truly don't know until you're there and in it. So you might as well expect great and amazing things. You might as well expect a great vibe and energy, because you might as well be part of the solution, right? Because if you expect the negative, that's what you'll see, that's what you'll find. So it's a choice, it's a practice, and like many other character traits that we talk about, it is a muscle that you cultivate by having the opportunity to practice using it. So I hope that helps. I hope that speaks to someone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.